Today we are connecting with Jamel Crawford. Jamel is the Director of Compassion and Ministry Development for our OKAG Ministry Network. Today we are riding in a Cadillac Escalade. This car can go anywhere and do anything. It's a 4x4 and yet one of the smoothest rides on the road, just like Jamel. He does everything first class and is effective on any ministry terrain. Let's slow down and catch up. Let's do some drive time. Jamel, I think everybody in the world knows you because when I'm with you, everybody just runs to you. But for those who don't know you, tell me about your kids and family.
Yeah, I'm married to Melissa. If those that don't know, Melissa Crawford serves as a credentialing specialist here at the OKAG office. And so I've been married for 15 years. And so it's been awesome.
That's gone fast.
Yes, that's for sure. And we have 3 kids, Jace, Jacoby, and Journey. So they 10.
Beautiful kids.
10, 8, and Journey just turned 6 last week.
Happy birthday, Journey. You have 3 beautiful children who are all very athletic like their father, but they're sweet like their mother.
I always say they're athletic like their mom. She played tennis in college, high school and college, so I think they get it from her.
I know she did. So you were born in Brooklyn and raised in New York, and tell me the story there.
Yeah, you can describe New York City as a place overcrowdedness, violence, drugs, a sense of no hope. That's the word that people will use growing up in the projects of Brooklyn.
Right. So you were right in the project.
Right in the projects. And I'm talking like 14-story buildings, and then there are like hundreds of these buildings. And so there are millions of people on the small square block living and trying to do life, trying to survive, if you would. And I like using the word sense of hope because there is hope.
Yeah,
and I find that hope that was found in Jesus, and has been part of my hope story, if you would.
How did hope find you?
Yeah, at the time it was called Yogi Bear. So Metro
Yogi Bear.
Assembly, yes, Metro Assembly with Bill Wilson, the largest kids ministry in the world. And so a brown bus would come to our projects, to our neighborhood, and pick kids up and take them to Sunday school. And so I was one of many kids to get a flyer that, hey, you come to Yogi Bear this week, you get a pack of Now Later. So I was going for some candy.
Greg and Sandy Lynn.
Yes.
My dear friends, Bill Wilson.
Yes.
And the dream team.
Matter of fact, I just reminded with Greg Lynn, hanging with him, and he reminded me of a story when we were at Life Club at the time, and that's for a program for teens. They busting teens, and so one of the nights I came up to Greg and said, Pastor Greg, I want to do what you do.
Is that right?
I told him, and he told me, it reminded me of that. I think that's where it begun, where there was this calling to be able to work with kids and youth, especially in my neighborhood, where there was a sense of no hope, and finding hope at this church and this ministry each and every week. I said, man, I want to do what you do. And I remember started taking a list of games. Every game they would do every Tuesday night, I would keep a list of that. And over the years in ministry, I've used that game list in ministry.
I've used it too. I've stolen it from you. So Jamel, man, you're in a very difficult, challenging family situation. Great mom, great family, but they came and picked you up on a bus and brought you to church on that amazing outreach, and Jesus found you. You met Jesus, and God's call was evident upon you. Greg and Sandy recognized that early, but then tell me, then our paths crossed when you came to Tulsa.
Yeah.
Into a foster care situation with Jerry and Carol.
Yeah.
Bachmuller, our dear heroes. But tell me what that was like as a teenager to uproot and come to Oklahoma.
Well, everybody says it's a big shock factor to come from the city of New York and come to Oklahoma. But you know what? God knew exactly what he was doing. Prior to moving to Oklahoma, Greg Lynn took a group of teenagers from New York to Oklahoma youth camp.
Turner Falls.
I came to Turner Falls, man, and an experience camp when I was like 13, 14 years old. Yes, sir. And got to do that. And then the following year, I came back to Oklahoma to do a Kids Crusade. Greg took a group of us to do a Kids Crusade. We went to Broken Bow, Manford. We went to McAllister. So I got a taste of Oklahoma just with youth camp and Kids Crusade. And then when I was 15 years old, there was a family at Carbondale at Tulsa that had a burden to have kids come live with them. And so I was one of several boys that moved from New York through Metro, Yogi Bear, with Carbondale, Pastor Phil Taylor, and Jan Kara Bachmuller gave me the opportunity to come and move here. And for my mom to let me go, to this day, I am grateful.
Yeah.
And
well, I mean, what a sacrifice.
Yes.
Yeah, my goodness. She just saw the potential in you.
And that was a very word, because I asked her, what made you say yes? Because initially when I asked her about it, she said no when the opportunity presented itself. And then I remember writing a note, and I just remember saying, Ma, this is a great opportunity, a better school system, because I already experienced Oklahoma already.
Right.
And then Frankie was already here, him and Macho, because they live with a different family. And so I was familiar with Oklahoma.
Frankie and Macho
were here first.
Right.
And so I said, you know what, man, I would love to go. And then my mom finally brought me in the room and said, if you really feel this way, I'll let you go. She trusted Metro, Greg and Sandy, really trusted them, and she allowed me to come to Oklahoma.
You have to endure, this crazy youth pastor, but then you go off to prepare for ministry. And where did you head off from Tulsa?
Yeah, when I graduated from high school, which I'm the first in my family to graduate from high school.
Yes.
And then the only boy in my family to graduate from college, where I went to Central Bible College. And
Carbondale was a great experience for you.
Oh, absolutely.
You were Mr. Carbondale.
Well, I don't know about that, but
Pastor Phil and Paula, you just became family.
It's just because, I have a youth pastor that believed in me. When God calls you, God places people in your life to help you along the way. And I'm just grateful for you and Faith, and grateful for Pastor Phil and Paula Taylor and all the youth leaders and those that poured into us. And so
we got to tell this story. So we're up in the upper room, remember, before the tornado, and we wanted to have a praise team, and so Jamel plays the drums. He doesn't do it very often, but he got great rhythm. He's a great drummer, and we got those
from the garage, them terrible drums
making joyful noise before the Lord,
out of tune.
Oh, but we made it happen. The Coca-Cola song.
Unbelievable.
Yes. And then we upgraded to a pair of electronic drums that we got from Mark Wiles. I'll never forget him. We thought we were in heaven. I think we paid $50 for them. Yeah. So then you go off to CBC, and man, just jump right in there. You were Mr. CBC, Jamel. You've always just been a magnet for people. And I remember coming up and watching you play basketball. And what was that experience like for you?
Man, it was a great experience. playing basketball at Central Bible College. I was a 4-year starter. I was second team All-American my senior years, and Coach Han, matter of fact, I coach like him today. It might be a little dangerous because kids don't want to play no more because he's pretty
aggressive. Coach was never intense.
Oh, he's very intense. But you know what? That experience is very good because not only did we play basketball, but it also prepared us for ministry.
So good.
Because there were times where when we were on the road, churches gave us an opportunity to come, and we would teach Sunday school. We would sing it. Yeah, we sang.
I remember.
I don't know if we were good, but
we had you at the church.
They give opportunity for different leaders on the team to be able to preach, prepare and preach. And so we didn't get a chance to do some of the other ministry things that happened on campus because we was always on the road for basketball. So that gave us the opportunity to really grow. And so it was a great experience, not only playing ball, but also growing in ministry. Getting that experience.
Yeah, you were an amazing baller, Jamel. It was so fun to watch. I introduced Coach to a group of people at our church, and I said this just off the cuff. I said, I was just never tall enough to play varsity for Coach. And he said, in front of all of our people. He said, your pastor was plenty tall enough. He just wasn't any good. I tried.
I keep using that word grateful. I'm just grateful that God would allow me just to be a part of so much. And I guess I use Bill Wilson's term, you see a need, meet the need. And so I think all my life, I had the opportunity from when I left CBC to move to Des Moines, Iowa. Again, Pastor John Palmer saw me, believed in me, gave me the opportunity to go to Des Moines and be a part of their team. And to be able to do youth and kids at their inner city church where we did sidewalk and kid ministry. Then I got involved in the community in Des Moines, because I felt like it was critical if we're going to make an impact on kids and families' lives. You got to be a part of the community. And so where I would then go to the YMCA, where I taught life skill class for the GED program there. I began to coach some basketball for the kids program there. So just got involved immediately with the community, and even encourage churches today, man, if you want to continue to make a great impact in your community, man, know who the principal is, know who the superintendent, the mayor, know who the YMCA director is, so that you can engage and know what the needs are in that community.
I hope everybody listens to that part of this drive time, because it's so important, not just to do the Sunday church, to be involved in the community. In fact, the healthiest churches I go to are the ones that are engaging and impacting their community in just relevant ways, like you just said. It's quite amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. We came into this role, Jamel, you'll remember it, our Dream Center here, great leadership, but having challenges. And so I would call you, hey, what do I do here, Jamel? And then I started to share my heart, in this role, I wanted to do this role like I pastored and reach the least, last, lost. I wanted to impact foster care system. I wanted to blitz cities. I wanted to do compassion ministries, convoys and outreaches and prison ministries. And so you and I got to talk. In fact, we had you and Melissa come down and we went to an OU game.
Yes.
We stayed at our house. And then when you left, I said, Faith, what if, because you were helping me so much in those early days. And so you came and did do you remember this? You came and did the leadership retreat for our presbytery.
Yes.
The entire presbytery. And after you spoke, and it was such a moving time when you just shared your heart. And I had presbyters say right afterwards, how can we hire Jamel? How can we get Jamel in Oklahoma? How can we get? And so I said, well, that seems like that would be a God thing. Let's pray about it. And so we prayed, we had you pray, and I know it was a gut-wrenching decision, but man, we're so grateful that you came to Oklahoma. It's been unbelievable what God has pulled off.
Man, I can use that word grateful. Melissa and I are grateful for the opportunity to come and serve Oklahoma, serve you first off, a pastor, a superintendent, that vision you have, the churches networking together to reach the least, the last, and the lost. I mean, that's just exciting me even just thinking about talking about it, because we get a chance to do it together as a network. Every church, every minister, every pastor working together, doing their part in reaching the least, the last, and lost. So, so when the opportunity came presented, we prayed, and I remember we talked on the phone. I was like, man, don't talk to me. You got to talk to Melissa.
Yes. Because Des Moines' home. You guys had roots in Des Moines. Des Moines is such a great city. And your leadership in the Iowa network of the Assemblies of God was stellar. In fact, their superintendent, after we hired you, came up and put his hands around my neck and said, how dare you? And I said, you have to forgive me. Jesus said that you would have to forgive me. All the places I could take you, you picked Chick-fil-A. What'd you get? What's your drink of choice?
Well, I'm not a big coffee guy, like I said earlier, but I do like their frosted coffee. And so kind of a combination of milkshake and coffee, I guess.
I got the peppermint shake, which is Christmas in a cup.
Does it keep me awake in the cup?
That's right. Jamel, so you come to Oklahoma and I say, hey, be the Compassion Ministries Director, but you're going to have to invent what this is. And, Faith's heart was the foster care and adoption network, which put our energy in at first, and now agency and all that, and then you rolled right from that into we wanted to blitz cities, so Seek and Save. Man, talk about what's that been like from Foster Care Network and to Seek and Save to the things you've been involved in.
Well, with the Foster Care Network, a lot of legwork was done because of your heart, because of Faith's heart for kids and family in our state, and making sure that every church is doing something. Just identifying churches that will identify people in the church that's ready to foster or adopt or support those that do. And so when I got here, man, the ball was already rolling. And so
Faith moves fast.
Yeah, so Faith had it rolling already. And so I just came and was able to just connect with some of the partners to help our churches do that very thing. And so we was able to get 5 partners on board, 111 Project, Compact Family Services, Backyard Orphan, DHS, For the Children, all on board so that they can partner with OKAG to serve family and kids. And so it's been an amazing journey thus far with serving families here in Oklahoma.
It's been amazing. And then Tulsa and Oklahoma City blitz, Seek and Save. And I know your heart is to take this to other cities, as mine is too, but talk about, man, from Tulsa, Oklahoma City, how many salvations, how many children rescued, it was my favorite time of being superintendent was seeing all these churches come together to be the greatest evangelism force the world has ever known. That's what Assemblies of God is.
When he said Seek and Save Oklahoma City. So we was able to do that last November. It was a great experience. We had over 1,000 salvations in Oklahoma City. We had more than 50 organizations that came and volunteered, churches and organizations to be a part of that. We saw 10 youth found during our Seek and Save Oklahoma City. And so it was just one of those highlights. And then just a couple of months ago, a short time ago, we did Seek and Save Tulsa, man.
8 sites.
8 sites for the block parties. We had 5 in Oklahoma City. We saw it's up to 4 kids that have been found to date.
It's incredible.
It's over 400 salvations, 406 salvations that week. We had 819 volunteers that volunteered at the Tulsa Seek and Save. That's a record from Seek and Save across the nation. And we were number 19. And of the 19 Seek and Save that happened across America, we had the largest number of volunteers, but also when we did the convoy of whole grocery packing, we did it in record time. We set the record for bagging over 5,000 bags of groceries in 1 hour and 43 minutes.
Your basketball coaching and baseball coaching came out. We were going to break that record.
We were going to break that record, and so that was phenomenal. But with all the salvations and all the things that happened, I think the big thing that came to my mind that was a win was the unity of our churches. And when people think about unity, they think about uniformity. So I don't want to do it because I want to be the same as that pastor or that church. No, it's about us working together for a one purpose. And that entire week at Tulsa Seek and Save, as well as Oklahoma City, our churches demonstrated unity by coming together to fulfill the purpose of sharing hope with the least, the last, and the lost. And to see that many churches participate, volunteers. If they didn't have volunteers, churches gave money for different projects that we're doing. And so it was phenomenal. And I just know that as we continue to seek and save in the future, that God will open up other doors for other cities like a Anadarko, hopefully, or like a Miami, a Muskogee, a Lawton, and let's do it. So it was exciting to be able to do Seek and Save and look forward to some in the future.
What has been the biggest highlight and the biggest challenge since you've been in Oklahoma?
So the biggest highlight is getting a chance to serve pastors and churches here in Oklahoma. God has allowed me to experience so many things, from being executive director of a YMCA, to lead a dream center, to be a presbyter, a sectional presbyter, a executive presbyter, a pastor of a church, and to be able to maybe use some of the information, some of the things I've learned to be able to encourage, maybe give a tip maybe some advice, whatever little nugget to be able to come alongside pastors. And so it's been really, really rewarding to look back what all the things I've experienced, to be able to use it now in this role, to be able to serve pastors and leaders in Oklahoma. Our early challenge was, our kids transitioning to Oklahoma, in that challenge, we saw my oldest have a rough time adjusting to school. He had ADHD. My older brother passed away. So it just seemed like it was like all these things were happening early on in this role. And, but you just know that God is up to something. And when you go through those moments, but even through those moments, God has been good. And all our kids has transitioned well. Doing phenomenal in school right now. As a matter of fact, Jace, my oldest that I mentioned, just got the award for the Elementary Student of the Month.
That's amazing.
For every elementary kid in the school.
The great Destiny Christian school.
Destiny Christian. He was just awarded the Student of the Month. And so really, really doing well. All the kids doing well. Melissa feels like she is being doing her part. When we made this move to Oklahoma, it wasn't just for me, but this was also, it was a family thing here. And so Melissa gets to serve our network in her role as a credential specialist. The kids are doing well. And so we get to serve our network and we get to do it as a family. So that is good.
So one of the highlights for me on Seek and Save was you and me and Greg Lynn, and of course the team, but us three back together. Because when you're in youth ministry, we were doing Super Saturday, we were doing In the House Friday night. Frankie named that. He came up with the name In the House, our Friday night urban ministry. But to be back, Greg let me do a magic trick, and it actually worked. But to see you and Greg back together again, I just got to be there just for old time's sake. Man, it just did my heart good. You guys were doing what happened when you found Jesus, and I saw all these kids from those apartment complexes making a decision to find Jesus, and what a gift that is.
It was amazing. I had the opportunity to preach at Greg's church in Tulsa, and so it was fun just sharing the story, as I shared earlier, for Greg and Sandy, who believed in me, yes, God has called me, and I know it in my heart, but it was people like you, Greg and Sandy, that believed in me, and from the time I lived in Oklahoma and Tulsa, to going to school at CBC, to going to Des Moines, Iowa for 25 years and coming into Oklahoma, there were many times where, man, I came this close just really messing up and blowing it. And then I remember the people that encouraged me along the way, that believed in me.
So good, Jamel.
I didn't want to let God down, but also didn't want to let down those who invested in, prayed for, believed in, to help me along the way in ministry. And so I definitely encourage, ministers today, man, just when you're down or you on the cusp of making the dumbest decision in your life, remember that, hey, we don't want to let God down, but also remember those that believed in you, invested in you, praying for you, and remember those moments that help you to keep moving forward.
That's so important, Jamel. So important. Hey, it's the first time I've ever driven an Escalade, Jamel, but it's so like you. We can go fast, we can get over obstacles 4x4, but it's got a really smooth ride, and that's you, Jamel. You just have a smooth way of expressing God's love, and I'm thankful for all those years ago. It's been decades now, but all those years ago, God allowed a young man from New York to cross the path with a young guy from Oklahoma, and you've been my brother, and I thank God for you and your ministry.
Well, thank you. Thank you for believing in me.
Always
love you.
Always
thank
do.
You.
We are better
opportunity
together.
Together.